So if you all could be here for as close to 9 o'clock as possible, we can get started since we don't have our jurors here. All right, any further inquiries, folks?
9 a.m. tomorrow, Your Honor.
Yes. 10 o'clock, sir. All right, anybody else? Okay, folks, then I'll see you tomorrow morning for, 9 o'clock start time. We'll take up those motions. And we'll see how much the morning.
I'm not familiar with Detective Lewis.
Was there Detective Lewis involved in this investigation on this day that you recall?
Not that I recall.
Okay. Do you recall receiving any photographs of someone named Adrian Bean?
I'm sorry, I do recall. My memory is reflected. Tracy Lewis, Detective Lewis did send me a photograph of Adrian Bean.
Okay. What did you do with that photograph of Adrian Bean?
I believe I sent it to Detective Quinn either via email or text.
Okay. You did not have any interaction in person with Adrian Bean, is that correct?
No.
Did you understand him to be someone who was in the vehicle that was at issue in this case? All right, let's go back a little bit and talk about the evidence that was shown to you by the state last week. You were aware that this red burgundy-ish vehicle was part of this incident, correct? The one that went into the laundromat, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, tell me if you were aware of whether there were any fingerprints retrieved from that vehicle.
I don't know.
Do you know whether or not there were any hair or fibers retrieved from that vehicle?
I don't know. I wasn't involved in that part of the investigation.
The bullet defects that you were shown last week, remember you were showing a photograph of, when I said bullet defect, a hole in the window in building 300, I think?
Yes, sir.
A bullet was going through. Was the bullet defect or the bullet itself actually retrieved from the wall inside of that apartment?
It was not.
Were you or anyone else able to determine which gun or what gun fired the bullet that went through that window?
No.
We know, though, and you know as part of your investigation, that detective and investigator officer Robeson L. actually discharged his weapon a number of times. Is that correct?
Correct.
In fact, there were shell casings that were found there at the location that came from his gun. Is that right? Or do you know that?
I don't know conclusively. I've not read the crime lab report. It's assumed they were the same caliber, same make and manufacturers, the ammunition that we carry.
Okay. The vehicle that was shown last week, the one that had the broken out rear window, all right? Was there a bullet fragment or bullet or anything found inside of the vehicle that actually made that broke the window? Was a bullet retrieved?
I wasn't involved in that part of the investigation. I don't know.
Would it be fair to say that you don't know, we don't know what bullet actually broke that window?
Yeah, I want to object to that call for speculation.
Do you know?
Still calls for speculation.
Was that vehicle with the broken window located in the same area where Officer Robeson L. discharged his firearm?
Yeah, I want to object. That
If he knows, Your Honor. I'll tell you what type of vehicle.
Suburban.
Suburban. Was it a Suburban or a Tahoe?
The SUV.
Right, you know which one I'm talking about.
I understand which vehicle you're
Right.
speaking. Can you ask the question again?
Yeah. Was that vehicle located in the same area where Officer Robeson discharged his firearm?
It was located in the same apartment complex, and I think area is a vague term. I'm not sure what you mean by area.
Well, do you know?
Proximity of where shell casings were was not far from there.
So do you know where it was Officer Robeson was when he discharged his firearm?
Your Honor, that would call for police state checked. He was
Do you know where the shell casing from Officer Robeson L's gun was located in the complex?
object, Your Honor. That would call for speculation.
That's based on his observation, Your Honor.
Yes, I'm a saying objection.
Did you see the shell, a 40 caliber shell casing?
I located 3.
Okay, where were they located?
I can refer to my report.
Absolutely.
So my report, as I listed the evidence marker 3, 4, and 5 are the shell casings, the 40 caliber shell casings.
Okay.
And when you are measuring evidence, you pick 2 points of reference, point A and point B, to triangulate the evidence. Point A, just for the purpose of measurements, was the southwest corner of building 100. Point B is the southeast corner of building 100. So do you want me to actually give the measurements? Or?
No, I don't need the measurements.
Oh, that's the only thing I can testify to.
Okay. You know generally where they were located in the apartment complex. Is that fair to say?
I do, according to my measurements, yes.
Okay. And so knowing where those shell casings were located, and do you know where the vehicle, the SUV, was located that had the rear window shot out?
Yes.
Okay. Were those shell casings in close proximity to that vehicle?
Your Honor, object is vague. Close.
Give us, if you would, don't say close or far or around, just give us the measurement, the distance from the shell casings to the vehicle.
There is no measurement. So we don't measure. The measurement is for the evidence location. But based on my diagram, I can testify that the vehicle was by the front gate, leasing office. And shell case, well, the casings, evidence marker 3, 4, and 5, the 40 caliber shell casings were just across the entrance gate. And just thinking back and looking at the photographs, I would estimate probably 50 feet.
50 feet.
Give or take.
Thank you. Did you have, you did not have any interaction with someone by the name of Walter Murphy on that day, did you?
No, sir.
Were you involved in the decision to issue any charges or take out any warrants against anyone by the name of Walter Murphy?
I was not.
Were you at any time after this day, September 11th of 2013, called upon to testify in any form or fashion in any case involving a Walter Murphy?
I was not.
So if I hear your testimony correctly, you went to the location on that day, true?
I did.
You you drew the legend that kind of made reference to where the different items of evidence were, correct?
I did.
You drove to the laundromat, true?
Yes.
You did not interview anyone arrested in this case, correct?
Correct.
You were not the lead investigator.
I was not.
You spoke to two officers, correct?
I took statements from two officers.
Okay. Was Officer Porter, Bridget Porter, one of those people?
Yes.
Okay. Without telling us what she said, were you able to get a written statement or a statement, I don't know if it was written or not, from Officer Porter?
Yes.
Was it your understanding from investigating this case and talking to her that she was a witness to a portion of this incident?
That calls for hearsay.
Your Honor, it goes to his investigation. If he did you talk to Officer Porter because you believe
Objection.
that she was a witness to this case and was necessary in your investigation?
I'll stand. I'm gonna stand questions. It's compounding.
Okay. Did you believe, based on your investigation, that Officer Porter was a witness in this case?
Objection, Your Honor.
Oh. Objection, you can answer it.
Yes.
All right. And was that the reason that you spoke to her?
Yes.
And was that the reason that you took a statement from her?
Yes.
And as we discussed before, when you take statements, those statements may later on be passed on to the prosecuting authority, like the DA's office, right?
Correct.
So that they would have the information that you garnered from that witness, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Any reason to believe that wasn't done in this case?
What wasn't done?
That the information in regards to Officer Porter wasn't passed on?
I don't have any reason to believe it wasn't, no.
Okay. Did you leave, I mean, have I properly summarized essentially what you did in regards to this case, or was there something else that you did?
Object as to the testimony regarding properly summarized.
I stand objection.
All right. The question I asked you before about the things that you did, going to the location, going to the laundromat, are those the things that you did on that day?
Yes.
All right. Did you at some point leave the scene?
Yes.
Did you have any further involvement in the case after that?
Taking two statements back at homicide, yes.
Okay. And after that, anything else?
No.
Okay. One moment, please.
Yes, sir.